Hi and welcome to the Geek Legion of Doom. This is a horror movie review and I'll be having a look at Dawn of the Dead, the remake version. So this one directed by Zack Snyder of all people, who has kind of got a like it or loathe him type of fan base. Obviously, notably, he's directed the new Superman Man of Steel film, but he's had a bit of a spotty career, to be honest with you. I actually quite like some of his stuff. I was a big fan of 300s, but I wasn't so keen on things like Watchmen and Sucker Punch. You have to watch my Superman review or Man of Steel review to see what I think about that. So Dawn of the Dead was a sort of a bigger budget sort of remake of obviously the classic George Romero film. And the main thing with this one, it kind of changed some of the rules in regards to zombies, because it did sort of, I think it might have been the first film to really have this. And what I mean by is the sort of the fast moving zombies. Now, okay, I think 28 Days Later had that as well, but they weren't actually zombies in this one. Here they are zombies, they are dead, but they have this kind of a new found dangerousness because they can run and things like that. Now this is one of those things that I think divided fans. I actually quite liked it because I did think it gives you this this very sort of new aspect, which is particularly dangerous. And I actually asked the question. I thought to myself one day, let's just say, for example, there was a zombie apocalypse. You know, we've all watched The Walking Dead and things like that. If there was a zombie apocalypse, say like in Walking Dead, I actually think it could be curtailed before it got to this sort of apocalyptic sort of state. So if they were like they are in Walking Dead, they were kind of slow moving, or your classic sort of, you know, your Night of the Living Dead, classic Romero zombies, I think it could be ended before it got to the end of the world type situation. However, talking fast moving zombies, I'm not so sure that it could be. So it kind of adds that extra thing to me. Think, gee, if this were to happen, we would really be in the shit, because I don't think we would stand. You know, I think humanity would crumble. Anyway, I digress. So really, the plot of this film is a group of survivors sort of band together, kind of a ragtag group of survivors, and they end up holed up in a shopping mall, which is kind of where you think being a good place to go, because obviously there's lots of supplies and things like that. But ultimately, the zombies kind of have this sort of recollection of things they used to do when they were kind of alive, and they ultimately sort of congregate all around this sort of shopping mall. And there's ultimately too many to handle, and they have to sort of try and have a plan to try and escape and go somewhere where they think it's going to be a bit safer, really. Very much similar to the sort of the original version. Now, obviously, the Night of the Living Dead films and the Dawn of the Dead were kind of classed as sort of zombie classics, and a lot of people would sort of defend them as the sort of shouldn't be touched and things like that. And I do understand that sort of that defensiveness, but I actually quite liked what they did with the Dawn of the Dead remake. I thought it was quite a thrilling horror film, and as I said, because of the changes in the rules of the zombies, I thought it gave it this new edge that kind of maybe the zombie genre was lacking in certain aspects. And I know it's kind of it's always been there, and I'm a big zombie fan, but it was something different at the time. Now I know that's going to sort of polarise sort of zombie fans, to be honest with you. So now I know a lot of people don't like the sort of the fast moving zombies. But there you go. That's going to be a matter of opinion, really, than a sort of criticism, so to speak. But overall, I thought it was a really decent film. Some of the things maybe it didn't have quite the sort of the social commentary that the original did, and I think some of the characters maybe aren't quite as interesting as the original Dawn of the Dead. But ultimately, you know, I thought it was an enjoyable horror film, and I actually think this is the film maybe that people can enjoy as a horror film who are not necessarily like zombie fans as such. I think this is more of a sort of general horror film that people can enjoy. So if people like horror films in general, this was one I think they'd enjoy over kind of more of some of the traditional zombie films. So that's my opinion anyway. So I'll give this film a 7 out of 10. I quite enjoyed it. Having seen it, how did you feel it compared to the original Dawn of the Dead film? Leave me a comment. I look forward to seeing you next time. Bye for now.